Hi, I'm Jeff Craig, and I'm on the pastoral staff at Crosspointer Church. A few weeks ago, a group of 9 of us took a missions trip to Southeast Asia. We had an amazing journey as we visited our feeding centers, our churches, the people there in the Philippines and Cambodia. One of the ministries that we support is in Cambodia with Pastor Jojo Miraflor. A year and a half ago, we were there, and we saw that Pastor Jojo had many basic needs. Crosspointer Church decided to make a difference in Cambodia and stepped up big and filled a lot of these holes. Last year, Crosspointer Church helped Pastor Jojo run electricity to his home for the very first time. He and his family lived without electricity for over 8 years. In addition, we built a brand new church building for church services, large gatherings, and protection from the elements. We also provided clean drinking water for Pastor Jojo and his family and all the children attending the feeding center. Another need met by Crosspointer Church was a home built for the cook. She now has a comfortable place to stay with her family on the premises. Pastor Jojo informed me that ducks and goats were the most durable animals to raise and help feed the children. On this trip, Crosspointer Church gave Pastor Jojo enough money to buy 6 goats and 50 ducks. Finally, our feeding center is at the heart of what we do in Cambodia. Feeding children physically and spiritually is our goal. We sponsor this entire feeding center. Only $20 a month feeds one child 2 times a day for the entire month. These are Crosspointer kids, your kids. On this trip, some of our team members felt led to give all 51 children a pair of shoes. We experienced so much joy handing out shoes and toys and candy to these precious little children. We wanted to communicate that God loves them, and so do we. We're here live at Calauan Laguna in the Philippines, and this whole section right here of people has been relocated here after that typhoon hit about a year and a half ago. Their homes were completely destroyed, and they moved them 2 hours out of the city, out here in the middle of nowhere. And through that, an amazing story took place. A church happened to pop up right here. And we're here with about 200 people at this church that came together, and we are the first American church to come here, visit these people, and just tell them that God loves them. So do we. We've got some candy, some toys, some things to hand out to these kids and to the families here. So we're super excited to be here, super excited to just be representing Crosspointer Church here in Calauan Laguna. While visiting this community, over 300 kids showed up. We knew we didn't have enough for everyone, so we asked God to multiply our gifts, just like He did back when the boy brought 5 loaves and 2 fishes to Him. And somehow, every church member received a gift that day. On our 14-day journey, God continued to close the door on us giving out more shoes. Due to various circumstances, He kept closing the door, until His path led us to El Dorado Church and Feeding Center. It was here that God revealed His perfect plan. The mountain that we are actually standing on right now was up for sale, and Crosspointer Church, you stepped up big and decided that you wouldn't let that happen to this church and to this feeding center behind me. And so I wanted you to see firsthand of what you protected, what you preserved. There's actually more land that this church and feeding center can expand upon here at El Dorado. And you're going to see the precious little children, their faces, as we feed them and we give them some shoes and some candy and just send our love on behalf of our church. Crosspointer Church sponsors this entire feeding center at El Dorado. There are approximately 50 kids in the feeding program. However, not only did we help purchase the land and preserve this ministry, God confirmed that this was exactly where we should give the shoes. Pastor Eric, the senior pastor of this church, said he was praying about a shoe outreach. Suddenly, we showed up with shoes. We put shoes on every kid that day and still have 50 pairs of shoes left over.
Pastor Eric said he would go into the community that weekend and hand out the rest of the shoes and invite the whole neighborhood to church on Sunday. In the ministry of Jesus, we see a concern not just for our spiritual condition, but for our physical well-being also. He healed the diseased and the lame, showed empathy for the poor, and fed the hungry. And if this was Jesus' mission, it is also the mission of all who claim to follow Him. 1 John 2:6 says, "Whoever claims to live in Him must walk as Jesus did." Thank you, Crosspoint Church, for making a difference all around the world. On behalf of our team, we want to thank you for your prayers, support, and investment in others in the Philippines and Cambodia. Thank you for helping them find and follow Jesus.